So December has come to an exciting and hopeful end with the new year inbound. Let's reflect on the month. I started off strong, straight out of university term, with my classes over and back into work. I did a total of 7 shifts over the first 14 days of the holidays. It was quite grueling, but as you know, I pushed through. And then immediately after, this was so annoying, I got ill. So I managed to hit the gym twice after my last few shifts, and coincidentally, that was also the end of my assignments for the term, as I had one due on the 12th. And after all that, my body just told me to shut down, and I fell ill around the middle of the month. It was the first time I'd been this ill in several months, especially since I started drinking lots of milk every day back in September. I'd never been this ill since the day I started drinking all that milk. But I guess it's that time of the year where everyone's ill. My mum and my brother are also ill, and we're trying to get well again for the skiing holiday we have coming up tomorrow. But as to all things, illnesses end. So I'm over my illness already, still waiting for my mum to get a little better, and then we head off to the slopes. Now, in terms of how well this month went, how do I think I did? I feel like it wasn't the most productive month, but I got whatever I needed to get done. For example, I had to batch edit videos for the rest of the holiday. I can get the ones I need to get done before the skiing holiday done today, after I finish recording this video, which I know is a bad form of procrastination, but still. And ever since I got ill, I've been hella lazy. I couldn't do any assignment work, I've got 2 due in the middle of January, and I couldn't be asked to hit my editing goals, so I need to catch up on them after I'm back from skiing. But over Christmas, did I let that bother my day? Absolutely not. You see, you have to set aside days in which you have no stress in order to enjoy them to the maximum to benefit your mental health the most. There is no point worrying about what you need to do after Christmas Day if you're not going to do it on Christmas Day anyway. You need to remember that responsibilities go to the side for the day, so you deal with them later. Do not worry about them now. Although it may be hard to if you don't have that much family around, no one to spend it with, and then it may become quite lonely, quite isolating, which I wouldn't want either if I were you. But luckily for us, we had the entirety of my dad's side of the family over, totaling the household count to 9, and boy was it a busy household. Luckily, even though there were this many people here, we didn't have any arguments over anything, and it was a really blissful day. Everyone opened their presents in front of each other, and everyone was happy. And of course, now it is the new year. It's 2025. What does that mean? For me, it means a post-graduation life. I graduate in May, or really it's in July, but it's going to mark the next chapter of my life beginning, and I'm fully prepared for that. Over the last 9 months, I've been trying to build my YouTube channel up to make it viable for a career, and I believe next year is the year it will take off, with all the foundations being laid in place. Not all, but most of them, in the 9 months leading up to 2025. So I've got myself in a good position, but I don't hope for a completion of any monumental success or anything, because I want to let that happen as I go along. Because if I get all the success now, my life won't be so good later, as I won't feel incentivized to work on my projects in the long term. So I don't wish for huge success. I wish to get by and develop new skills to better my understanding of this niche, autism, and the world. I want to feel like I understand more about it, feel empowered by all my knowledge, share it all with you. It's so exciting. And this marks off the first calendar year in which I really grinded out YouTube. So I can say I'm happy I started this hobby, this project, as there really is no better time to get started than now. Oh, and let's update on that last November monthly recap video where I asked you to set up to 5 goals, try them out. They're habits that you do maybe a few times a week, maybe even daily. Then you would drop some of them that didn't work and keep the 2 to 3 habits that you found really easy to implement into your current life. And now is the time that you narrow down and focus on doing those 2 to 3 habits every day or a few times a week from now on throughout the whole year. Is one of them the gym? I'd be happy if it is, because I'll join you on that. And of course, mindfulness is so important to practice. I've spent the last 2 summers expanding my knowledge of mindfulness, meditation practices, and during the term time when I have other responsibilities, it obviously gets worse, but I want you to try and start doing a bit every here and there. It doesn't have to be every day, to practice and train your mental health to be much better and clearer. You can enjoy life more, you can be happier, you can enjoy your family and everything around you. Everything you do will be a lot better. So I hope by now that you have narrowed down to those 2 to 3 habits and double down on them over the next whole year. Remember, this isn't a crash diet. This is something that you implement slowly. You'll ramp it up using progressive overload, i.e. adding the difficulty level a tiny bit every day, maybe just 1% more difficult. If it's in the gym, maybe up the weight you use on that machine by 1 plate every 2 weeks. Something simple like that. It can be anything, as long as it means that you are progressively overloading and getting a tiny bit better every day or every 2 weeks at it, or any given time frame. It's all about momentum and getting better. Momentum is what keeps you going to the end. Everyone falls into a rut at some point, and that's when your momentum is completely blocked. To prevent a rut from happening, you cannot burn out early. That is why we only add a tiny bit of difficulty at a time, so that we prevent the rut or burnout happening. And then we lock in, and then we push through. So I hope I have encouraged you to have a good month and year of 2025 ahead. Please let me know your habits below and your goals for 2025, especially for this coming January. Hopefully there's something that you've wanted to get fixed for a long time. This is your chance to make it right. Thank you so much for listening. List below what went well and what you could improve on that happened in 2024, and smash it out of the park in 2025. Take care and see you in the next video.